Welcome everyone to week number 25 in the Eternity development ecosystem. And I welcome everyone who joined this round. It's getting recorded for the community and posted on several channels. And we also collect questions from the community to all areas of the Eternity product development, the different teams all over the world which are doing things. And we, as you all know, there is the Fortuna hard fork went through very well. The network is working, the upgrade worked very well and was adopted. And now we are working to the next deadline, which is September 2nd, which I will tell now every time when we have this call, because in September 2nd, all tokens on the Ethereum, all Eternity Ethereum tokens will become non-transferable. So it's important for the community to migrate until September. We have solutions for people who miss that deadline, but still please migrate before that time. And we are going to start with Nikita as requested. Nikita, please give me your update about the past week, and also maybe the things that happened after the core development workshop in Berlin.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, so from the core development workshop, I think most noteworthy development is that we agreed on some basic specs for the native tokens on Eternity. I think it will be really, really awesome. A cool feature will be that you'll be allowed to do some kind of atomic swaps between token owners. So decentralized exchange won't even have to store any people's token. They will just have to facilitate the together coming of demand and offering. So it's going to be even more decentralized and trustless. So from the SDK side, there's, I think, a major breakthrough. The earnings of the past 3/4 of a year of work that we finally managed to get where I envisioned Eternity to be from a developer side is that you can now interact with smart contracts finally really, really easily. The SDK will prevent you from doing mistakes before they happen, and it's basically just one line of code. So not all features are already implemented in this type of syntax. It's the AX6 syntax I proposed, but now, for example, type checking is done and decoding of data is done automatically for you. So this was a huge, huge issue for developers ever since, that people had issues with manually decoding the data from the smart contract. So this is done automatically for you. It became possible because of the ACI standard, which we introduced. And so there are going to be code examples and updates with more details on this topic from the SDK team also. So now it's actually for every 10-year-old kid virtually possible to write dApps on Eternity. So we're gonna have to update the tutorials, and I'm really, really excited about that.
Cool, great, Nikita. Also, it would be super nice if you would have also a written post in the forum, also the different topics that you're discussing, even if it's just one sentence, kind of, hey, we are thinking about XYZ, or I had a great discussion about XYZ with some of the protocol developers. Then if there are people from the community who are interested, who want to join, who have specific questions, they could forward those questions to you, and you could maybe clarify them either by answering them yourself or forwarding them to the team. I think it's very good having you in between the same way we have Pega doing lots of technical support through the forum. This is getting better and better, I think, in the community, and I think it's extremely valuable. Thank you for your work. I would like to go to Andrea, who is mainly overlooking the SDK development and can answer every question, but also gets all the trouble on his head. So, Andrea, please give us an insight about your last 5 days. Hello? Can you hear me, Andrea?
Yes, yes, now yes. Yeah, so I am working mostly for the Go SDK. There is Daniela here for the Elixir one. So for the SDK, they have now this week we have been working on for the JavaScript SDK, as Nikita mentioned, also to simplify the interaction with contracts. Then we have a few small fixes related to contracts deploy, payload serialization for spend transaction, and also we're working toward implementing some changes that are mentioned in the AEX number 6. For the Go SDK, the major work is being done on the contract support, the compiler support, and Python SDK, again, it's working to update the state channel compatibility. I also bring some updates from the middleware. John is not here today. What I've been working with on the middleware side is related to systemd script to launch the middleware automatically. I mean, better support for launching and running the middleware in Linux. Better monitoring for the hosted one, and that it's from my side.
Great, thank you. I have again fighting with my internet connection, but I hope this all gets recorded well. And yeah, if not, I will just have to make some notes and post them in the forum, I guess. Right now I see a free screen, so I might just switch my connection again to the other one. I'm sorry for those watching. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I'm back. Can you hear me? Yes, I see movement in the images.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm sorry, I had to switch again. So we have just, thank you. I got your whole update, and I also think it's recorded, Andrea. And as I'm the recordee, and I could hear everything. I'm now Daniela. Please, your team is also working on SDK and the Elixir SDK. Please give us some insights about your past week's work.
Hi guys, can you hear me well?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, I will give you a quick update from Elixir SDK team. Update from documentation side. Last week we added example usage of our Elixir SDK. We made some overall improvements in documentation and update README file. Update from code base side. We finished adding support for generalized accounts. Now almost all of the transactions support generalized accounts, except state channels, which are still working in progress. We also fixed some unstable Oracle tests, and currently we're working on adding noise listener and state channels transaction implementation. This is from our side. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. This was very dense and to the point. Very good, I think, for everyone who listens to this, not only me talking. So thank you very much, Daniela. And one person definitely using the SDKs every day, I think not yet the Elixir SDK, but some others, is Milen. So Milen, please give us some insights about your past 5 days.
Hi guys. So the last week, our work on the wallet was mostly focused on fixing issues and covering with test cases for the functionalities we made so far. We received few issues from the community in the forum and also in GitHub for some packages that we used that were adding additional security issues and some UI bugs. We worked to towards fixing that. We also released a new version with the new SDK version 4. Which is still pending in the Google Web Store, Chrome, in the Google Web Store, yeah, where the extensions are. but it's also available in the GitHub release. So everyone that wants to use it can go there, download it, or build it himself. We also changed the workflow of generating wallets. We've been working on the encrypting part of the wallet, so it's easy now, and the whole workflow is polished. We've improved some UI stuff, mostly on the account routes and the account interface. The user is now able to change the name of the current wallet used. And there are a few validations of this. We unified the colors and the buttons and yeah, more of this UI stuff. Now we are working on the AX2 together with Shubendu to figure out how we can help towards finalizing this and implementing it in the wallet. So AX2, for those of you that are not aware of, is the standardization for the communication between the wallet and the browser extension wallets and decentralized applications via the SDK. So yeah, this week, that's our update.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And please find more bugs and problems so we can fix them, or everybody can. And
thanks.
I think you have also already used Forge AE and the boilerplate that you can do with this, and maybe you're also playing around with the Playground IDE to test some stuff. So this is currently all kind of overlooked and coordinated by Martin. And Martin, please tell us what has been done in the past week.
Okay, hey guys. So the past week we were working on one issue on the Gogos app, the transaction inspector, that was not able to verify transactions related to state channels. The issue is now addressed and will be fixed soon. We have found what currently is the issue. We are now working on new Forge release, which will have some of the latest node versions, the SDK latest version, and also the compiler latest version, and some small fixes. Also, we have managed to work on new date and time and updated date and time library for Sophia smart contracts. We have found some bugs in the compiler, which are also already discussed with the core team, and one of them is already fixed. So yeah, we're waiting for a new release there. And also, we are working very hard on deploying the state channels coffee application. We have everything fixed, and now we are setting up our own node and deploying the application. So probably next week the application will be available to use from the base app. But I'll keep everyone posted for this. This is from our side for now.
Perfect, really nice. And I think we also have some updates from Pega, but she left because I guess connectivity issues. We are sharing the same internet connection right now, and it's just not that easy always. But we still have people here, and I also have updates from the base app team. But I would first like to let Dincho say a few words, who is our main system reliability engineer, takes care that testnets are up, that we are having servers running that need to be running and load balanced and all those kind of things. We know that in a decentralized ecosystem, we are basically not the operating party, but we still have to operate a few things just to develop new software and upgrade it and test it. And Dincho plays an extremely important role here. Dincho, can you give us an update, maybe not only about the topics that you touched, but maybe also what has been done in the protocol development as far as you can tell, because Sergey is not here yet. Maybe he will join, but he's traveling today.
Yes, so we released 3.2 yesterday, the Node version. It includes important for me feature that now you can switch between mainnet and testnet very easily by just switching the network ID from the configuration file, and also from the actual command line where when you're starting the node. Other than that, the status endpoint was enhanced with 3 new fields. The one is the public peer key of the node, and the other 2 are the topbook height and the topbook hash. That should easy the debugging and monitoring and health checking of the nodes. Other than that, I see in the release notes that there's 2 small, not really user-facing improvements to the node. This was a maintenance release actually, so not much new features. Unfortunately, there was 2 planned features that didn't made it to the release, so next week. Other than that, we're also working to have a testnet API gateway similar to the mainnet API gateway with support for WebSockets, and that's a requirement for the state channels. And also related to that, Wolf is working on WebSockets port multiplexing, so now the client applications can use a single port, and that's easy for maintenance and network filtering. Other than that, I'm working on adding a tiny HTTP cache handling for the Node API, so the one that needs a better performance and caching can utilize that hopefully next release. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I think it's extremely important work. I mean, like all the other work that's been done here in the ecosystem, but still, it's always interesting to hear this from the different parts where people are working and what they're taking care of, that this whole thing grows and is healthy. And I would also like to give an update for the base app team, in this case, Stoyan. He has, they have worked on the expansions and starting to share metadata for third-party apps. This is what he wrote. They started to design and implement mini applications into the base app, which is basically only using the SDK features like registering a name and things like that, and just so that you have different little showcases inside the base app to see how it works, and then maybe get inspired to build your own application. They updated the SDK to version 4.01, and they did quite a number of UX and improvements, such as added a max button for the sending, so if you want to send the whole amount and there's a fee included, so that you can like empty your whole wallet. Show balance, paste from clipboard button, persistent alert icon in the navigation bar, and settings view for when user has not backed up their recovery passphrase. They have added in-app notification upon base app start for when users has not backed up their recovery phrase, and also the password now became optional at the beginning, just to enable a fast setup. So this is basically the update from the base app team, and we have one more person, which is Pega. I'm just calling her. We're sitting in the same place, so she can now give the update about the other part. Pega, please join us.
Sorry, our internet connection is so bad, so I have to join this one. So yeah, I have good news this week with the precious help of Andrea. We managed to deploy finally one of the first state channel use cases, the Gomuku game, which was developed by Michal Powaga, and it's up there and running. I made a forum post about it, so you can have a look on it, a little get started guide, what is required to get the game in the base app started. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. It was long awaited also from the community, and hopefully we get also another implemented use case soon, and we are working on that with the Lime Chain team. And yeah, so that's the
perfect
update.
So I guess thank you very much, Pega, for giving the update from this side. Additionally to this, I would love to hear I'd love to hear Sergey, but he is not here. So everybody, anyways, will give short written updates in the forum. I will again collect those updates. And I've also, Emil reached out to me. Maybe I wrap it up with this. He's apologizing that he cannot join. And they couldn't do much progress on the expansion number 2 and 5 because they are lacking some input from wallet developers. So they are waiting there for people who develop wallets to give feedback. The expansion number 9 tokens is in a draft state, and we have already heard a few words from this, from Milen and also from Nikita. I think this is good. And expansion number 10, which is a key derivation, is basically in the final stage. There's a last chance for adding input. So everyone who is interested in this topic, please take a quick look at it and give feedback. And that's it. I wish you all a very pleasant Friday and a good weekend. And thank you very much for all the hard work. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too.